Today I'm going to show you an action thriller film from 2024, titled Killer X. Be ready for spoilers ahead. The movie commences with a skilled assassin named Victor having a conversation with his mentor. He apologizes and reveals his decision to retire from his career as a hitman. Victor explains that he no longer wishes to live in the shadows and yearns to start a new life, just like ordinary people. The wise mentor, understanding Victor's desire, grants him permission to leave the dangerous profession. After speaking with his mentor, Victor meets his girlfriend, Ayana, who turns out to be an equally talented assassin. At that moment, Victor urges Ayana to leave the profession with him so they can build a new life together. However, Ayana declines his plea, stating that she still loves her job. She even tells Victor that he is free to find another partner if he wants a normal life. Heartbroken, Victor parts ways with Ayana, and they go their separate paths. Ayana sails to California by sea 15 years later. Recalling an incident from her last mission, Ayana unknowingly killed the husband of New York's most ruthless mafia boss. This act has now made Ayana the target of the mafia boss's vengeance, forcing her to flee to California. The scene then shifts to Victor, who has successfully built a new life. He now lives in California with his beautiful wife, Madison, and their 2 children. Having left his dark past behind, Victor runs a karate dojo and serves as an instructor. His life is peaceful and filled with happiness, far removed from his days as an assassin. One night, while visiting his dojo, Victor is startled to find Ayana already inside. Surprised by her sudden appearance, Victor immediately tells Ayana to leave, explaining that he has no desire to get involved with assassins again. Victor also emphasizes that he is happy with his family and asks Ayana not to disrupt his life. Ayana, however, pleads for temporary refuge, explaining that she is on the run from the mafia boss. She begs him to let her stay at the dojo for a while. As they talk, a man wearing a hat suddenly enters the dojo. Victor instantly informs him that the dojo is closed and suggests he return the next day. However, the man reveals that he is not there to train but to kill Ayana sent by the mafia boss. Victor is forced to fight the man, and after an intense battle, he manages to corner him. As the man becomes distracted, Ayana intervenes and swiftly eliminates him. With the immediate danger over, Victor demands an explanation. Ayana admits that a week earlier, she completed a mission to kill a man, unaware that he was the husband of New York's most feared mafia boss. Ayana explains that she was simply doing her job and had no idea about her target's connections. Sympathizing with her situation, Victor reluctantly agrees to let her stay at the dojo temporarily, on the condition that she keep her presence a secret and avoid being seen by anyone. As time passes, Ayana attempts to reconnect with Victor, reminiscing about their past together. However, Victor, now committed to his stable and happy life, rejects her advances and chooses to walk away. The scene shifts to Marzana, a mafia boss speaking with her older brother, a former senior assassin. During their conversation, Marzana expresses her grief over her husband's death at the hands of Ayana. Marzana then reveals that she had sent an assassin to resolve the matter but has heard nothing. Hearing this, her brother advises her to send another assassin as Ayana is a formidable opponent. He also promises to step in personally if the assassins fail. Marzana contacts another assassin and assigns them the task of eliminating Ayana. Meanwhile, Victor visits Ayana at his dojo to deliver important news. He informs her that Marzana has hired a new assassin to kill Ayana, based on information he just received from his former mentor. The assassin is an Asian man who owns a tailoring shop not far from Victor's home. Upon hearing this, Ayana suggests they confront the assassin before he has a chance to attack the dojo. When they arrive at the shop, they find Madison sewing clothes. Victor quickly tells Madison to go home. Confused with his behavior, Madison questions his reasons. Unexpectedly, Victor lies, saying that he is jealous of the tailor, and insists Madison stop visiting the shop. Not wanting to prolong the argument, Madison eventually agrees to leave. After Madison leaves, Victor and Ayana enter the shop and confront the tailor, who is revealed to be the assassin. In an intense battle, they defeat the assassin and leave the shop immediately. The following day, Marzana receives a report from her aide that the assassin she sent to eliminate Ayana has been found dead. Furious, Marzana orders her aide to contact a more skilled assassin. Shortly after, her right-hand man reaches out to a muscular assassin and assigns him the mission to kill Ayana. The next day, Victor talks to Ayana about how long she plans to stay at the dojo. Victor expresses his concern that more assassins will continue to come after her. Victor also clarifies that he is not trying to force her to leave but is worried about his family getting caught in the danger. Understanding his concerns, Ayana promises to move to a hotel that night and no longer stay at the dojo. Before parting, Victor invites Ayana to watch his youngest child's football game. At the field, they see Victor's youngest playing energetically. During the break, Victor introduces Ayana to the child, and she encourages the child to score another goal in the next half. Soon after, Madison arrives at the field, prompting Victor to introduce Ayana to her. Victor explains that Ayana is an old friend visiting California. At that moment, Madison does not mind and even invites Ayana to join them for pizza after the game. An hour later, Victor, Madison, and Ayanna are seen enjoying pizza together. Suddenly, Ayanna reveals to Madison that she and Victor had a relationship in the past. This revelation surprises Madison. However, instead of getting angry, Madison asks Ayanna to share how Victor behaved in the past. Ayanna then explains that Victor was a kind and responsible man, which is why she believes he would never let his family down. Madison seems genuinely pleased, and after their meal, Ayanna bids farewell to Victor as she plans to move into a hotel. Upon arriving at the hotel, Ayanna encounters a drunk man who tries to lure her into his room. Choosing patience, Ayanna ignores his behavior. A while later, she heads to the hotel bar to clear her mind, but the same drunk man approaches her again, pushing Ayanna to take firm action against him. She decides to return to her room to rest, but she is ambushed by a muscular assassin sent by Marzana's aide. A fierce fight ensues, but Ayanna ultimately defeats the assassin. She then contacts Victor, explaining the situation and asking him to bring a car to help dispose of the body from her hotel room. Initially hesitant because of the late hour, Victor eventually agrees after Ayanna insists that she cannot sleep with a dead body in her room. As Victor prepares to leave, Madison catches him. She asks where Victor is going at 3 a.m. Victor lies, claiming he needs to retrieve important documents left at the dojo. He then heads to the hotel and assists Ayanna in handling the assassin's body. Meanwhile, Ayanna is seen sitting alone at a football field near her hotel, lost in thought. Soon, the female assassin sent by Shakur approaches her. It turns out they know each other, as Ayanna is also a former assassin. Ayanna immediately recognizes the assassin's purpose and challenges her to a duel. A fierce battle breaks out, and despite the assassin's skill, Ayanna emerges victorious. After the duel, Ayanna returns to the hotel. Shortly after, Victor arrives and urges her to get into the car, explaining that they are heading to resolve all the chaos she has caused. Before long, they arrive at the home of Shakur, Marzana's older brother. Marzana's aide confronts them upon arrival and blocks their entry. Victor tries to explain that he is there to meet Shakur, an old friend. However, the man insists that if they want to enter, they must defeat him first. Left with no choice, Victor engages in a fight with Marzana's aide. During the battle, Victor instructs Ayanna to take over the fight with Marzana's aide while he heads upstairs to meet Shakur. Without hesitation, Ayanna continues the fight, and Victor rushes to the upper floor. When Victor reaches Shakur's room, he explains that he wants him to stop his sister from pursuing Ayanna. Victor argues that sending assassins to kill Ayanna is futile and will only escalate the situation. Shakur responds that Ayanna's murder of his sister's husband makes this vendetta irreversible, demanding a life in return. Victor apologizes and states that if Shakur cannot stop Marzana, he may have no choice but to eliminate her himself. This statement enrages Shakur, leading to a duel between the two. After a long and intense fight, Victor defeats Shakur using his weapon. Meanwhile, Ayanna also manages to subdue Marzana's aide but spares his life, noting his youth. Later, Ayanna and Victor go to a lakeside. Ayanna uses Shakur's phone to inform Marzana about Shakur's death and her own impending fate. Unshaken by the threat, Marzana challenges Ayanna to come to her home and settle everything in a duel. Accepting the challenge, Ayanna decides to return to New York to confront her. Marzana tells her aide that Ayanna has been receiving help from her former lover, Victor. Marzana instructs her aide to hire the world's best assassin, Michael the swordsman. Shortly after, Michael successfully completes a mission by eliminating one of his targets. At the same time, he receives a call from Marzana's aide, asking him to kill Ayanna, who is reportedly hiding at Victor's dojo. Although Michael is currently in Japan, he agrees to take the assignment and immediately flies to California. That night, Ayanna keeps her promise by arriving at Marzana's headquarters in New York. Marzana's aide meets Ayanna upon her arrival, sparking an intense duel. This time, Ayanna shows no mercy and kills the aide in the swimming pool. Witnessing her aide's death, Marzana steps into the pool herself to confront Ayanna. However, Ayanna easily defeats Marzana, ending the confrontation. The next day, Michael arrives in California and heads straight to Victor's dojo to find Ayanna. However, upon arrival, he finds only Victor's youngest child practicing. Learning that Ayanna no longer stays at the dojo, Michael decides to kidnap Victor's child to lure Ayanna out. Not long after, Victor arrives at the dojo and finds a phone connected to a video call showing his youngest kid being held hostage. Michael soon appears in the video and demands that if Victor wants his child to be safe, he must bring Ayanna to a location provided by him. Enraged by this, Victor immediately sets out for the location. During the drive, Victor sends a voice message to Ayanna, informing her that his youngest child has been kidnapped. He shares the location provided by Michael and holds Ayanna responsible, blaming her actions for the situation. When Victor arrives at the specified location, he immediately fights his way through the guards on the ground floor. He encounters two twin mercenaries working for Michael. However, Victor manages to defeat them both. Michael is still holding Victor's child hostage. Unexpectedly, Ayanna appears from a back entrance and launches an attack on him, sparking a fierce duel between them. During the fight, Ayana informs Michael that Marzana, the one who hired him, has been killed. She argues that there is no point in continuing the battle. However, Michael maintains his professional stance, replying that he has already received full payment and is unaffected by his employer's death. In the end, he firmly states that his duty is to complete the job. As the world's most renowned assassin, Michael ultimately overpowers Ayana. To ensure she is truly dead, he checks her pulse and finds no heartbeat. At the same moment, Victor's child manages to free himself from the bonds and attempts to fight back against Michael. Victor shows up just in time to confront Michael before things get out of hand. In the middle of their fight, Michael suddenly stops. He clarifies that his assignment was not to kill Victor or his child, but solely to eliminate Ayana. Having fulfilled his mission, Michael decides to leave. Unexpectedly, Ayana is still alive. She had faked her death to deceive Michael and make him leave. When Victor asks how she survived despite having no detectable pulse, Ayana explains that it was one of her abilities to temporarily halt her heartbeat to trick her enemies. With the ordeal over, Victor helps Ayana and his child leave the site. In the final scene, Ayana is seen riding her motorcycle, leaving California behind. Meanwhile, Victor refocuses on running his dojo now that the conflict has come to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.